What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live duel. Today on the left side here we have branded Despia. It has gained a lot of popularity lately. It has lost a lot of popularity and then gained a little bit now. People are saying it's an under the deck raider, or under the radar deck, I should have said. And so people are picking it up, playing it again. Gimmick Puppet is still a very real threat. And on the right side here, it's Unchained. We're playing this deck for a little bit now. Probably one of my favorite decks of this format. I love Branded and Unchained. Both these decks I absolutely love. But I do think Unchained is probably the best deck of the format. If not, it'd probably Rescue Ace. But before we dive in, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We're on the road to 5K here. Hopefully you guys will hit that subscription bell. It costs you guys nothing, as well as hitting a like to the video. Let me know that you guys want to see more content like this. We're going to be seeing Branded Despia. I'm going to choose to go first here. And they will be able to normal summon out in the Luber, activating the effect here. This can search for a Branded Lost or a Branded Fusion. So going for the Branded Fusion there, the Ash card of the format. Activate Branded Lost, and then we're going to be, protecting themselves from the negation of the Branded Fusion here. Simply the activation. We're not going to activate Ash on this. I guess we don't have it. That's going to be able to send a copy of Albaz as well as potentially an Ecclesia or a Lubellion here. They already have the Lost. They don't need to send Lubellion, but we're going to be sending it regardless here. Maybe already having the Cartesia in the hand. Going for the Albion, and then they're going to activate the Albion effect. We cannot currently respond here, so that's going to be good to resolve, as well as adding off of Lost. And so we can search for a copy of Albaz. So I assume they're going to be finding a way to discard it, maybe with a Branded Opening there, discarding it to summon with the Quem. Or they want to discard it off the Lubellion they're going to make here. Banishing the Albaz and the Kit to go for a copy of Lubellion here. And then Lubellion effect's going to be able to activate here, pitching a copy of Cartesia. No, you just definitely pitched the Albaz there. Shuffle back Albaz as well as the Lubellion to go for a copy of Mirror Jade. If you discard oh yeah, so they are discarding the Albaz there. Okay, I was going to say, you definitely discard that. Then you activate the Cartesia, special summon himself out, because there is an Albaz in the grave there. And then we tag out for a Lubellion here. There's not really much of a need for us to do that because of the fact that Albion's going to be hitting the grave regardless. But we will be activating Nibiru here. And then the Cartesia will still resolve. They activate Cartesia and we chain Nibiru there. So they do have a way. They do have a Cartesia in the hand. So that will be summoning out the Garanganal. And then that's going to be dumping the Gimmick Puppet here. And this is still combo regardless, because they will be able to set up the Branded in red. And they will be adding back the Cartesia. Then they can just summon out. They just have pretty much nothing. Like when you think about it, they're going to be adding back Cartesia, setting up Branded in red. And then then Mirror Jade's going to be destroying the Nib. They're going to summon out the Albion, the Sanctum Fire Dragon here. And then banishing the Albaz as well as the Cartesia. Go for the copy of Sanctum Fire as well as the copy of Lost. And they can summon out their Mirror Jade, and we can just get the copy of Gimmick Puppet Nightmare. The best card in Yu-Gi-Oh! That's going to be able to search for a Mercurier. So we're going to have a negate for the follow-up turn as well as a crazy board. We're going to start off by activating a Prosperity, though. We can play on our opponent's board, being able to normal summon or setting a card, and then, having the escape as well possible, popping it. There's some plays we can do, but not the greatest. We do see a Tour Guide, and then 2 Abominations, a Gates, and then an Escape. We're going to add a Abomination. Abomination effect's going to add us a Shawarma here. So this will let us a little bit play during our opponent's turn, because we can just, pop a trap. If we have multiple traps on the field, we're going to be setting 1 card here. And We have Rakea in hand as well. We're going to normal summon out the Rakea here. And just pass turn on that. They're going to go Mirror Jade effect here during the end phase. We could chain the Rakea to pop itself, so they have to banish something else there. That would probably be a better option. It's in the Titaniclad there. We should have chained the Rakea there. That was definitely a misplay on our part. Then we're going to see the Cartesia going to be adding back here. Yeah, so they would have banished, they would have had to banish something else. And like no matter what they banish is good for us. But Titaniclad not summoning Quem, or not, I guess, yeah, searching for Quem is pretty crazy. We're going to go Shavara effect to activate. They're going to negate that, and we're just going to scoop it up there. And time to go into game 2. Yeah, they're showing the lightning storms, but yeah, I don't think there's anything we could have done other than, but they still had the McCourier, so like we were getting cooked regardless of what we did there. Kind of unfortunate that we didn't get to see some of the better cards, but that's okay. We saw Rakea, Arua, Prosperity, Nib, and then I think we saw the copy of Phoenix Rhino in hand. But what else can you do? But now we're siding here. I don't really know what else. Like, when we're siding against Brandon Despia going first, we probably put in cards like, we obviously put in the Crows. I know that. Crow's definitely a good card to side in versus this matchup. But other than that, it's just like, I guess you definitely side an anti-spell. If we can see anti-spell going first here, we're going to absolutely guarantee the win. But we're going to time the game 3 here, and that's like when you have to be careful. Because when Brandon Despia is going first, like when they win the die roll, as well as go first and win the first game with like a Gimmick Puppet line, you know it's coming game 3 for sure. So you have to be prepared for it. And if you just don't see it, you can just absolutely just lose the game immediately to like Gimmick Puppet if you don't have like Ash and stuff like that, which is so unfortunate. But there's so many like turn skips. But Brandon Despia can facilitate them so easily with like multiple cards, especially like being able to do it during your turn or your opponent's turn. Having so many ways of dumping the Gimmick Puppet, as well as, you know, setting up that branded in red, with sometimes even that protection that we saw there with like Lost, you know, not being able to respond is kind of crazy. But that kind of is the point of, you know, of Branded Lost. Make it so that your opponent cannot respond to those cards' activations, because the fusions in them aren't always like the best. Like we saw there, like they're not that crazy. Mirror Jade's a pretty crazy card, but we're going to be starting off with activating a Prosperity here. It looks like we're going to be banishing 6. Or just banishing 3, it looks like here, with Ash, Tour Guide, and Ash Blossom. All 3 in the brand new ulti from the Rarity collection there. Then we're going to normal summon out the Tour Guide here, activating the effect, summoning out the Rhino from the deck. And then we're going to go into a Yama. We can go Chainlink 1 Yama, Chainlink 2 Rhino here, which also is nice because it does protect us from SP. We're going to dump the Shawarma, add the Arua, and then Shawarma is going to be setting the trap card Escape here. And I do see the anti-spell in the hand. We're going to see Arua pop the trap, summon it out, and then that's going to be able to summon out a Sarama or a copy of Shaima. It looks like we're going to be setting up the Sarama, popping the Arua, and setting the Escape here, summoning up the Shyama here. Then Shyama will be able to pop the Sharama. That's going to summon out the copy of Shawarma here. Big Clifford. Then we can link away into Evil Blues, and then we can activate Blue in the Grave to pop the... But we're going to be seeing Jerusalem going to be chained on Yama here. Yeah, that's pretty nice, though. So then we're going to see Shaima pop the Rage. Rage will be able to add back here, and we don't have the Reborn, which is why we probably should have set the Reborn there. So you could play through it. You know, you don't always want to have to activate the Yama effect. And yes, Escape is good, but Chamber, you know, summoning out a copy of Rage whenever you need to, it just feels absolutely crazy. But we could go for a copy of Rage, or we could go for a Caesar here, depending on what we need. But Caesar is 28 and cannot be destroyed. Like, it can't be beaten by the Druid Worm there. So we could definitely go for a copy of that. And then that will kind of beat with the anti-spell. It will kind of beat the copy here of let's say like if they have a copy of Branded Opening here, it will kind of beat Branded Opening because then we just change the negate. We can set the trap, and then trap will be able to reborn. Or in this case, if we already have another trap, you know, we set another card that could very well be a reborn as well. But we're going to be seeing anti-spell be activated. Nothing's going to be chained here. They're going to set 3 and just pass on this. Then we're going to activate the Shavara here, popping the Escape, summoning it out. That's going to be able to activate the effects here. We're going to be summoning out a copy of the Abomination, most likely. Then Abomination will be able to pop one of the cards in the back row there. Discarding, it looks like we have a Veiler. Discarding a Veiler, popping the back row, popping a Gold Sark. Not the best. You know, I did pop the one in the same column as Anti-Spell because in case it was an Imperm. Then we're going to draw for turn here. We do have a few cards. We're going to set a card, activate, pop. It is the Abomination. Drawing Abomination, like, that's what I like about Anti-Spell. Because Abomination, you can't activate the effect because you are under Anti-Spell, but you can always set it and pop it, and then it just gets the effect, which is so free. And then we're going to be seeing us go into a Disaster Dog here. Disaster Dog can activate its effects, use the Bestial to go into a copy of, like, Rage. Or it can go into Muttcracker. We don't have any cards in hand. So going into a Rage, and then we're going to be seeing the effect of True Storm. I'm going to send here. I wonder what they're going to be sending. Sending the Rage, or sending the Caesar, that's alright. Then we're going to activate the effect here. Going to be able to set a Chamber. And then we're going to add a Contract to our hand as well. You know, that's what I mean. This is just so free. 2 free card advantages is fine with me. Then Cheyam's going to be popping the Rage, summoning it out. And that's going to let us search or add back from the graveyard. And we can add back a copy of Sarama here, or the Caesar to go into the extra deck right again if we wanted to. We're going to add back the Sarama. They're just going to go battle phase, and they're going to be attacking with all the dogs for game. You know, we're going to be summoning Abomination and his dogs for game, which is kind of cool. I was seeing online that the Shyama and Shawarma are actually like Yama's pet dogs. Like, this is from like some Nordic lore or something like that, or some like different kind of lore. And like in the same lore, Gary and Freki are also like brothers. I don't really know. So Shyama and Gary and Freki are like the same thing apparently, which is kind of cool because like the runic lore and then the like Unchained lore, I guess, are semi sort of the same stuff. But I don't really know what the Hugin does. If like Hugin is like Abomination or something, I don't really know. All I know, it was pretty cool. I saw like something online about that, which I thought was interesting. But we're going to be seeing Branded going to be going first in Game 3 here, with Gimmick Puppet most likely going to be able to be summoned. So we're going to be in some trouble there. But we have to either open up like if we open up Ash Imperm or Ash Veiler or like Ash, even like Imperm, as long as we have C2 hand traps, and I mean, wouldn't be mad if I saw a DD Crow at all. You know, DD Crow hitting one of the good cards feels pretty nice. But we're going to be going into game 3 here. This is lots of stuff that they could side in versus us. Like, Mistaken Arrest is very good. Also, Tigaboo can be problematic. Like, if we're trying to solve the issue of, like, not getting hit with a card, getting hit with, like, a double, like, Tigaboo, and then also getting hit with, like, a Gimmick Puppet, takes a lot of resources out of the game because we have to, like, summon out, essentially, an Arua, an Battle Phase, pop, Abomination. So you have, like, multiple stuff. If you just have like the one Abomination interruption, you're in kind of trouble. But let's see if they have what it takes, you know, into the game 3 here. Will they open up playable or gimmick puppetable? I know all roads lead to branded fusion, but let's see if we have something. I do see a Veiler in our hand there. Maybe 2 Veilers? Or 1 Imperm, 1 Veiler. We're going to see them activate a branded opening here. We're going to be discarding a Lubellion. That is a decent card. Summoning out the Aluber here. Searching for the Lost. So already having the branded fusion in the hand here. And then we're going to see them activate Lost. Activate the fusion deployment. Summoning out the Cartesia from the deck. And then they're going to activate Branded Fusion here. We're pretty much forced to chain the Veiler, or else we may not get another chance. We're going to chain the Veiler, targeting the copy of Cartesia here. And then chain Cartesia. We're going to chain a second Veiler. So we're just trying to stop the summon here of the Granganol, because Granganol is an additional dump of the Gimmick Puppet. So like, we're burning 2 cards, but I don't think we're going to get another chance. But they're going to go right into the sending himself by just dumping the Lubellion here. And then we're going to go Lubellion 1, discard Ash for cost, lost 2, search. It can search for the copy of Albion if they wanted to. But they do have no cards left in hand. Albion can send Retribution or Branded in Red. Like, they have to find a way to get to Branded in Red or a Albion. Or they could just shuffle back the Albaz and the Cartesia right away. Well, we're going to be seeing them, or they're thinking about it. They're going to go for Cartesia and Albaz. Shuffle it back to go for the Sanctum Fire. So trying to guarantee that copy of Gimmick Puppet here. Putting all their barrels, all that gas into the Gimmick Puppet Turbo here. And that will put us on, like, we have 3 cards and they have a Mercurier. So any monster negate, they can just, or any monster, they can just negate it there. We're going to draw for turn here. And then they're going to be attempting to summon. They're summoning Ash to their field and Gimmick Puppet to ours. Then we're going to activate the effect of Prod of Prosperity here, banishing probably 6. So banishing 3 here, we're going to be seeing the banishing 6, yeah. Okay, we're going to see Sharama, the Trap, and then an Arua, another Prod of Prosperity, and then an Ash Blossom. Probably, if we have the Trap in their hand, we can actually just search for Sharama, yeah. If we had a way to pop the field, that would be pretty crazy, you know. I mean, it doesn't really matter. We're going to normal summon out the Sharama here. Then we're going to go Battle Phase, attack into the Aluber. Setting 2 passing. So I don't know how I feel about attacking to Aluber now, because now they can summon out the Aluber during our turn with the Albion. So we're going to go draw phase, activate escape, target the Sarama, pop it and lost. Then Sarama effects and get hit with the Mercurier there, which makes sense. And if they leave the Gaming Puppet on our field, we will be able to have a free turn next turn. But, you know, they are on one card now. They have lost their copy here of the of Mercurier, as well as lost I don't know what the last card in hand could be here, what they're thinking. I mean, Albion, they do, it's a Spriggan's kit here. They can special summon it out. And then they can't search because it's going to put back to the bottom of the deck here. But they can deal some damage. Lubellion's going to be able to attack, and then Albion, as well as the kit, will be able to attack there. Then we draw for turn. And then they're going to attempt to activate. We're going to be chaining the copy here of Chamber, summoning it out, summoning the Mercurier, as well as the copy here of the Gimmick Puppet here. So we are locked once again. We're going to attempt to activate the Sarama, attempt to set and pop, and they're going to chain Mercurier to negate that. Now we're just going to pass turn on this. We do have Ash and I think Shifter in hand. I keep going back and forth off of like GD Crow, the Bestials, and Shifter. Like I feel like Shifter is just definitely not the play anymore. We're gonna see them normal summoning the Tragedy here, and then we're gonna go battle phase, attack, and then attack, and then we can activate the effect of Sarama here. Sarama can summon out Disaster Dog in defense position or an Abomination as well. Summoning out Abomination here. And then Abomination can discard the Shifter to pop the Albion the Sanctifier Dragon because it doesn't target. And Albion is non-targetable, but this doesn't target, so it's going to be popped to the graveyard. And we are free from the lock. We're free. They could go Tragedy attack and then add back Branded Fusion, though, if they wanted to. We're going to see Lubellion tag out. You know, trying to give a wall of defense there. I mean, they would have taken some damage, but Tragedy could have added back Albaz, or the Branded Fusion, and then Branded Fusion gone into a copy of a Mirror Jade there. They could have tagged out Albion for Lubellion there. We're going to be doing an Unchained combo here. Going to be setting up the Escape, and then we're going to be also adding the Arua. Then we can go Arua effect, pop the trap, summon out the Shyama here, and they have no hand traps, so we're going to be going full combo, popping, summoning, activating the effect here, summoning out the Shyama, or Disaster Dog. You probably go Shyama first. No, you definitely go Shyama first, and then Shyama, pop, Arua. Yeah, okay, yeah, we're realizing that. Shyama, pop, and then Arua is going to be summoning out Disaster Dog. This is getting us another body on field here. And then we go for a Rage. Then we can go for an Anguish here. Anguish can link away with... Or yeah, Shyama can pop the Rage to add back. Probably add back Shyama. Or... No, I meant not Shyama, but the Shavara here. We're going to chain the copy of Yama, summon out Disaster Dog, and then popping Disaster Dog, adding back Shavara. Then we're going to be summoning out the copy of Sarama off the Disaster Dog being popped. Then we're going to be going into a copy of the Big Abom. They're going to read Tragedy here. You know, battle phase, attack, and then we're going to pop. Pop the kit. Then we're just going to go battle attack with both of those. Take their 35, but they are half-life because of prosperity, I believe. But they are going to be on 0 cards here, and we do have a lot. We could actually link away for a rage here if we wanted to. But we have so much. And then we have one other card in hand here, which I believe is the Sharama. Or Savara here. And Savara can actually pop the... I guess we can link away for... SP here. I mean, there is no Fiend Lock. We're active with the effect of SP, and we get to banish. We're most likely going to be banishing the branded fusion there, so they cannot tragedy reset it. And then we're going to be seeing the Sarama activate its effect, setting the escape or setting the reborn by popping itself. And then we will be able to... They're going to activate the Tragedy here. Tragedy can set a copy of the Opening or the Lost. They have multiple. We're going to set the Opening here. And then on res, we could probably chain if we wanted to. They're going to normal summon out the Cartesia here, but this doesn't do anything for them. Or they're going to think here. I mean, they have to activate Opening, but Opening was set this turn, so it can't be activated. They've pretty much lost. Then we're going to be summoning, popping the Opening there. And then Opening's going to be popping with the Abomination. Abomination's going to send the Shawarma. Shawarma's going to be setting the second trap from the deck here. And then we can draw for turn, activate, and just take game right here and then. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is game for us. But yeah, but I don't know what the last card in hand is. But we're going to go battle phase, attack, and then they reveal the top deck as Branded Fusion. But the game is over there. We're going to be seeing Unchained take it up there. I think that they maybe could have done a little bit differently there with the adding back of Branded Fusion and maybe off of they could have added Branded Fusion and then activated the effect. And then that would get them into the copy of Mirror Jade. And Mirror Jade's quite a problem for Unchained. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I want to see some more content like this. Don't forget to stay safe. Peace.